And we are back. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am so ready to just continue on with Danganronpa, I guess. There we go. Yeah, so I am super excited to get to the investigation today. Last we knew, Angie died. That's where we left off. So we're just hopping right into the discovery of Angie's body. And we're starting with Kibo, so that Atwa may guide her soul to the gates of heaven. Atwa, please take care of Angie.
It can't be!
Why did it end up like this? Didn't Angie have Atwa with her?
You don't know?
Clearly she didn't.
Weird!
That's not true. Angie said Atwa always by our side.
Damn it.
I do want to just pause real quick. Let you guys know I am kind of having an off day. I am more than happy to play this because I love this game. But sometimes when I'm having an off day, talking gets a little bit hard. So there might come sometimes where like my sentences will just drag on as my brain attempts to piece together what the fuck I'm trying to say. So please bear with me while I have those moments. I greatly appreciate it. Anyways, we don't have time to be talking about this. Instead of talking about Atwa, we gotta talk about which one of us is the culprit and win this killing game.
Really?
Wait, this is a part of the killing game?
That's right.
What else could it be? The fact that Angie said could only mean one thing. One of us killed her.
No way!
But why would someone do such awful thing?
But...
Is that really what happened?
Huh?
could it be?
It's possible the culprit who killed Angie wasn't one of us, but...
Rise and shine, Ursine!
False, it is one of you guys. Hi, Monofani.
Uh-oh.
A vomit-soaked entrance, how novel, and the puke is green again, too. That's a pretty ominous sign. Why did another murder happen? What's the deal, Monodam? I thought we were gonna make everyone get along.
It's okay.
Don't worry, overcoming this will bring everyone closer together. That has been the case so far, yes? Their bond gets stronger with each class trial, does it not?
It's fine.
Murders are necessary to bring everyone closer together. But how?
So then,
Let's get started.
we are all friends.
Conduct a friendly investigation, then we will have a friendly class trial. We must distribute these first. The Monokuma file.
Oh!
Oh, look, the Monokuma file. I wanted to be the one to pass it out. Didn't you want to do it too, Monofanny?
So...
By the way, I've been thinking, you guys should knock off all this killing and dying. Dying is, like, so lame. Living is all the rage these days. Oh, poor Monofanny. More green puke. This is really unlucky.
So long. Farewell.
So then...
As there is no use complaining, we are better off beginning our investigation. So everyone, we all know what we need to do, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by the third murder, we should all be pretty used to dead bodies.
Wait!
No way going to ever get used to this.
Nope.
Trust me, you don't want to be used to this. No one should get used to this. That's nice and all, but it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin.
Unfortunately...
Let's start investigating. It's not like we have any other choice.
You're right.
That's true. But still, it's strange. This is a bizarre setup. 4 wax figures, effigies of the dead, hung upside down in the room. And in the middle, Angie's body in a pool of blood. It certainly appears to be some kind of ritual.
Shuichi!
Alright, bro, I'm counting on you as my sidekick. Let's end this nightmare together.
Okay.
Yeah, but are you feeling okay, Kaido?
Okay.
We seriously don't have time to be talking about this. No way we're gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna find the culprit.
Seems like...
The culprit is really someone among us that killed Angie? I get how you feel, Samugi, but do you have to repeat that tired old line every time? Oh no, that's not it. I mean, could this have been the work of the transfer student?
Huh?
Angie prepared the ritual in this room and to resurrect the dead, right? And she made those wax dolls hanging upside down as part of the ritual.
Could it be?
Maybe the ritual succeeded and the resurrected person killed her.
Hey!
Poor Kaido. What? Shut up already.
What?
It's her fault telling scary stories out of nowhere like that. Saying messed up stuff like that. Mood. Kaido, are you alright?
Damn.
Sure, sorry Shuichi. I need to get some fresh air. I'll leave this to you and Maki. Do a good job, you guys. Kaido left, still a bit wobbly. Do a good job. That coward has a lot of nerve bossing us around. Maybe that wasn't the best way to phrase it, but he just wants to encourage...
Jeez.
You clearly settled right into your sidekick role. You really had to, like, go for the low-hanging fruit, didn't you, Maki? Shuichi's a sub, it's fine.
It's okay.
Let him take orders in peace. I don't need him to give me orders. With so few people left, I can't afford to sit out anymore.
Well...
So, where should we start? We should check the Monokuma file first, right?
You're right.
Yep. That we should. One thing that I am absolutely noting before anything else that we discovered last time is that Angie only opens the door for members of the student council. And for the student council, we have Gonta, Himiko. It was 6 against 6. Tenko, but not really. Tsumugi. Kibo. And Angie herself. So those are the only, like, 6 people that had access to her room. Anyways, the victim is Angie Yunaga, the ultimate artist. The body was found in the ultimate artist's lab. The time of death was approximately 2 in the morning. Student council is also, like, the only people allowed out at night. Oh yeah, probably. I mean, he misses you not messing with him all the time.
He loves all the kisses.
Sure does.
Does he still screaming when he poops?
Yeah, I don't know why dude is just screaming when he poops. I don't understand. Why is he like this? Why is my cat like this?
What made him start?
I don't know. He just decided one day that he likes yelling when he's pooping.
He used to poop in the middle of the night. Does he still poop in the middle of the night?
He does in fact still poop in the middle of the night.
Does he scream in the middle of the night?
Uh-huh, he is. He likes to annoy me.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's great.
Yeah,
Oh, what a turd.
he sure is.
Aw.
Well, I'll let you get going home then.
Baby, I love you.
Love you too. Bye. Sorry about that, you guys. My mother called, and ignoring my mother when she calls is always the worst idea. I don't know how she knows, but she knows when I'm ignoring her, and she knows when I'm going to stream. But it's like perfect timing calls, you know? Whatever. Anyways, her time of death was 2 a.m. The only people who are allowed to walk around at night are a student council. I did write that down on our little facts sheet. During that call, my OBS crashed, so we restarted. But yeah, thank you for putting up with my mom calling me in the middle of stream. Anyways, the cause of death is a stab wound to the back of the neck. So we have stab to back of neck. The forehead also has a laceration. So we already have a pretty narrow list of suspects. Basically, anybody who is on the student council is a suspect at this point. While it could have been somebody else who was walking around at night, even though they're not allowed to, per the rules of the student council, I don't think it was somebody else, because how would they be able to get into the artist lab? The only people who were able to get into the artist lab was the student council. So, anyways, Monokuma file number 3 has been added to the truth bullets. The Monokuma file included the time of death this time. That's because multiple people could have been out at that time. 2 a.m. Everybody must have been asleep. We probably can't rely on witness testimonies.
But
So the murder happened at nighttime after all. If everyone had followed the student council's rules like Angie and Atua said, what good will saying that do? The culprit may be one of the student council, yes?
Why?
A member of the student council, that's...
All right.
We should go and figure that out. Let's start investigating and solve this mystery together. I do think it was somebody on the student council. Just given the fact that, like, nobody else could have gotten in the room. Angie would not have opened the door to somebody who wasn't on the student council.
It's impossible.
Really not, though.
Ugh.
I can't do it. I can't investigate Angie's body.
but
If we don't make it through the class trial, then everyone will die.
Whatever.
I don't care anymore.
What a pain.
Surviving and everything else, it's too much of a pain.
what was that?
Then why don't we just use your magic to revive Angie?
Please stop.
There is no time for your mean-spirited taunts. Reviving her is clearly impossible.
Is that so?
We cannot say that with certainty, no?
Huh? No.
Well, of course resurrecting her is impossible, but we know a way we can speak with Angie. Are you gonna... of course you're gonna recommend the seance. God damn it, Kyo. High key, though, like, I hope they give us a rundown of what the Caged Child seance is. And if they do, I absolutely will get a group of people together to do the Caged Child seance for you guys. Like, do a live stream with it. Like, I think that would be pretty fucking fun. I've never done a seance before, but I'm not against it.
What are you trying to pull? You gotta be kidding me!
This is no time for
I am
jokes.
serious.
This is for our investigation.
Huh? Yes.
If we speak with Angie, we can ask her who the culprit is and bring this case to a swift close.
Well, you know.
First, a resurrection ritual, and now a seance? Are you messing with us?
Do you understand?
I would appreciate it if you didn't compare it to Monokuma's foolishness. Seances are genuine occurrences. They are written in oh my god. They are written of in literature the world over. In fact, I myself have participated in seances a great many times.
Huh?
Many times! On top of that, we have here a rare chance to perform the legendary seance, the Caged Child. It would be foolish to not take advantage of this, yes?
No.
No matter how you put it, now is not the time for something...
However...
Oh, I suspect the only way to confirm your earlier theory is by performing the seance, yes?
What?
My earlier theory?
Therefore...
The possibility of the culprit being the resurrected transfer student? It is not wise to go into the class trial with such outlandish theories in one's head.
Well...
So to prove such a thing is impossible, I think it's best we consult Angie herself.
Incomprehensible.
That logic is peculiar, to say the least. Holding a seance to find out about the ritual. How... So we're going to fight the occult with the occult?
Okay,
Well, we can't worry about this forever, so we might as well go with the easiest solution.
how exciting!
Okay, I'll help out. I was getting bored of investigating anyway.
Huh?
You haven't even started investigating, my guy. I'll help too.
Huh?
You too, Himiko. If I can talk to Angie one more time, I'll do anything. A seance or whatever it takes, I'll do it.
Well,
I'll help out as well. I can't leave Himiko alone.
Do whatever you want.
I would just like to point out that my captions switched Himiko to Hematoma, and honestly, that's a whole ass mood. Do whatever you want. Okay, I will. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to go like into my captions and make sure that it picks up like the names of characters properly. Like I'm gonna have to work on that for next time I stream. However, I find this incredibly hilarious that it can't pick up the names in this game. Most of them. It can pick up some of them. Like Maki, it picks up properly, and Shuichi it picks up, as well as Kokichi. The one time it doesn't pick up Maki properly. There it is. Now there. Okay, whatever. Captions are weird.
So then...
So now we have 4 participants. Kokichi, Himiko, Tenko, and myself. However, the Caged Child requires 5 people. We're still 1 short. Fine, then Keyboy can come too.
You're right.
I guess we can't be picky.
Why?
Why am I being forced to participate and being treated like a burden? Moon, me too.
Well then...
So then, we need a place to perform the seance. Where shall we do it? 4th floor, those 3 empty rooms. How about your lab? No, 4th floor, those 3 empty rooms. The only light source you have in those rooms are the candles. My lab has windows, so turning the lights off won't make it quite dark enough.
Then,
How about the empty rooms?
That's...
Empty rooms, one on the 4th floor. Yeah, the 4th floor that you're currently standing on. Yeah, the empty rooms on there that you specifically made a note of, that they're super dark and the only source of light in them is the candles. Yeah, those rooms. There aren't any windows there, so if we blow out the candles, it should be pitch dark.
Yeah,
Sure, I'm fine with that.
listen up.
I agree with Himiko.
Tell me your thoughts.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
then,
The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
I see, yes.
Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once. I shall have you 4 help as well. Let us carry all the necessary equipment from my lab. Are you really going to do this?
Do you understand?
This is for our investigation. I said as much, did I not? We need to use all of our effort to discover the culprit, lest our lives be lost. I mean, that's fair. Why was our lives capitalized? Kyo, Kokichi, Kibo, Tenko, and Himiko all left the scene.
This is stupid.
Are they serious about this stupid seance?
But
Perhaps that's just part of the investigation in their eyes. We should go with it. In any case, I should focus on what I can do. What the ultimate detective can do. Time to fucking investigate. Nice. Let's start with the body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room.
What's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look? Hell yeah.
okay.
Got a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Shut the fuck up. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Okay, there's the Necronomicon. The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim. Wow, the captions did not like that sentence. Anyways, can it say Necronomicon? It can say Necronomicon. Ooh, I like that.
I knew it.
This was the motive, the Necronomicon.
Hey,
Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes, if we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. What's a ritual? Okay, we're reading this. How much do you know about resurrection rituals? It says something, I'm an expert. That's why I wrote this handy manual. It's so easy, anyone can do it. Even a monkey, even a bear. What's a ritual? Do you want to talk to a dead person or a dead loved one again? This simple ritual will return a departed soul to the land of the living. Here's how. Preparing the effigy. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant, and you can make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. Sprinkle the ashes of the deceased something. Then close your eyes, and after a while you should feel a light tap on blank back. If so, that means please note that the ashes something. Okay, I can't really read the right page, but I got the left page. The Necronomicon resurrection ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
this is stupid.
Angie really believed in this crap. So given the fact that the Necronomicon is in perfect condition, I'm gonna say she didn't complete the ritual. It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Necronomicon has been added to the truth bullets. It's confusing that all the effigies are hanging upside down now. Like, there's no need for them to be upside down. Anyways, let's look at the body. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead.
I knew it.
The killing blow was a single stab to the back of the neck, a sneak attack, most likely.
Well,
Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind.
but
but her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary.
Remember,
Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What is... Oh! Oh! Okay, zoom back out. What's wrong, Maki?
Got a minute?
Move? Maki pushed me aside, then lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Looks like there are hairs sticking to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? So there's duct tape under the body. With white hairs on it. So clearly that has something to do with her. Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean? Okay, zoom back up. I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under the body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did.
okay.
That's true. Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies, so don't beat yourself up over it.
Okay.
Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki.
Do you want to die?
Sorry.
Not really. Joking. I couldn't resist.
Got a minute?
You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. Oh, she's opening up to us. That didn't sound like a joke though. Okay, so zoomed the fuck back out. We're looking up real quick. These fuckers are hanging down from the ceiling. You know what could absolutely cause a deep wound on the forehead that is different from the killing weapon is being tied up here, although there's nothing to suggest that, and falling. Because if she was tied up in the way that they were, she would fall face first. Anyways. Let's look at the pool of blood. Small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is this...
This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. That fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusion yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
So what?
It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Like I'd know.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaido, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, I'm looking at the bodies now. The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Yeah, it does. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember correctly,
Angie made all of these wax figures.
Hey,
Is the rope from the warehouse?
you're right.
I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten these ropes. Oh. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. Anyway, I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out.
that's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people, not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By the way,
Why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? No, they're not part of the ritual. I'm not sure.
what is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? Right, if they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Okay. I want to investigate the sword sticking out of ya. Who the fuck is Livy? And why are they my friend on Steam? A katana stabbed into Kaede's wax effigy.
Damn it!
Who did this and why? You don't have to get so butthurt that your girlfriend was stabbed. Honestly, though.
Got a minute?
Let me see. Maki nudged me aside, then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy.
Ah!
This is a crime scene. You can't...
What is it?
You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out.
Because...
Yeah, true, but we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this...
It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it. Ooh, there's blood on the tip. That's the murder weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Oh shit, that means there's gonna be gold leaf all over whoever used it. Because remember Kokichi touched it and was complaining about the gold leaf that came off on his hands? Fuck, it might be Kokichi. He might have done that so that he can, like, have plausible deniability. Katana murder weapon. Gold leaf. I don't know what that means. Is that so?
Okay.
We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the blood stains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab. As usual, your insight is amazing, Maki. It's almost like it's covered in blood.
But
why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
could it be...
Perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by. They may have been in a hurry.
Well...
Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this.
Huh?
A long weapon?
Okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords or any weapons of this length. Stab through the gap between the door and the door frame? Is that what she's insinuating? Is that what's going on?
Huh?
That's true.
I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all this? Because you guys designed the labs. Like, I don't know the background of this story. I don't know what's going on. I have not done any research into this game because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But in previous games, like, one of the biggest twists in the story for the first game was that the students boarded up the school for themselves. Like, they agreed to be stuck in that school and boarded it up and hold themselves in there. So like, it doesn't, they made these labs. These labs were designed by them. I know that. That's a trend in this game. So it's kind of annoying that they keep being like, how do they know all this? And it's like, because you're the one who did it. Just shut up. Anyways. The gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that easy.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaede's effigy.
Hey.
I'm gonna put the katana back where we found it. If it's too dark or too hard to watch, look away.
Okay.
Thank you. I averted my gaze and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy. Right back in the boobie.
By the way,
Even so, why was this weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? They were trying to hide the murder weapon. Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain that there are better ways to hide the murder weapon than this.
What are you talking about?
Then what's the reason for this?
That's...
Honestly, I have no idea.
Well,
We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there.
okay.
The ultimate anthropologist lab? Yeah, let's do that. I wanted to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Okay. I have more investigation to do before we do that. Okay, you're not gonna give me anything, but I'm still gonna go through each and every one of them. Okay. You're giving me nothing. Rude. Okay, what else can I click on? The back door. The door is
is
back
this?
lab. Oh, there's gold leaf on the lock. Gold leaf on back door lock. The door has a sliding lock and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked the store when she came in and it's been locked ever since. Wrong.
Hey,
Wait, what's this? Oh, there's gold leaf on there. I'm gonna write down that it's locked though. There's something golden shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Golden shiny, could it be? Gold
Is
leaf?
that all right?
Yes. May I see it for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
so what?
Do you want to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open. Click.
Okay.
Just as I suspected, this lock will slide without much effort. Whether you lock it or unlock it. This could be an important clue. So it's easy to unlock. I bet that's how they were able to get in, is they were able to unlock that back door to get in with the sliding lock.
Well,
I'm curious about this rear door too, but there's something else that bothers me. The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm gonna take a closer look at it. I'm getting there. Jesus. Chill the fuck out. Hold on, I'm talking to Gonta first. Hi, Gonta.
Why?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even. What do you mean impossible? The last murder was at nighttime too.
Why?
Why do you think that?
Right.
The student council made rule that we know can be outside during late nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
you.
Do you really think everybody would go along with that rule?
But...
But it Attua's rule. Angie say he punish us if we not follow his rules.
But...
But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night.
Huh?
She was?
But...
No way, student council would never break own rules.
Right!
They should have been asleep in own rules, to set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she's asleep in her room and get brought here?
Gonta, idiot!
No, Gonta no idiot. If so, Gonta could have saved her if only Gonta saw. But Gonta was sleeping. Sorry, Angie, Gonta no could save you. I find it hard to believe that no one went outside in spite of the student council rule. Given the fact that you went outside at nighttime, Shuichi, despite the whole rule, I would say, yeah, nobody listened to that. They went, fuck that rule. Okay. Samugi. I'm not sure if it's okay to say this or not, but could Tenko be the culprit?
Huh?
Tenko? It's not like I have proof or anything, but earlier I heard Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council.
No.
So you suspect Tenko?
Actually,
Because as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed into this lab.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, Angie did allow members of the student council to enter her lab. Yet Angie had been shut away here working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice.
That's true.
And that would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all.
no.
It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since only student council members would have been let in here. So Angie only let in student council members, which we knew. I'll be going to Akibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Samugi. Of that group, Tenko was certainly the most suspicious. Yeah. Samugi's account, and then let's talk to Mew. There's nothing else I can click on in here, I don't think. Yeah. There's Mew. This busty brainy beauty has this all figured out.
Huh?
You mean you know who the culprit is?
What was that?
The culprit? Fuck that.
Hey,
Shuichi, do we really have the time to be listening to her?
Well,
No,
wait!
not really, but it's fine. Hey, wait, oh wait, god damn it. Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Yes.
What?
Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me, listen.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell ya. You better thank me for this.
You know,
I know y'all are dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose? They're for the ritual, what the fuck?
well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be...
Diversions?
Listen up.
Yep, the culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something.
got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job? I don't like your jokes, Mew. I just genuinely don't.
I knew it.
You're a waste of time. Like, I really like her character. I really like that, like, the genius engineer as a woman. I think that's amazing. And I think it's awesome that she's, like, so confident in herself and in her body. But holy shit, if she could close her mouth for one goddamn minute and not use offensive language, it'd be great. Like, I don't like half the words that come out of her mouth. And I hate that I have to read them. There are certain words that I refused to have read already. So the only reason I said Sherlock Holmes was because I am in fact homosexual. But you know. Anyways, Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blamed her.
What was that?
Huh? The hell's her problem? She on the rag or something? See? My point. So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's just see how detailed these really are. No. Mew tried to look up the wax figure's skirt.
Hey!
What are you doing? Stop that.
What?
I just wanted to see if the doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now?
Ah, fucking virgin.
If you like wax dolls so much, then go fuck the doll already. You know what? I might, Mew. I might. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Mew is a waste of time. It's unlocked, but I think there are still things to investigate here. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to investigate the door. I just wanted to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you're sure that the front door was locked?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. It really is locked.
I knew it.
The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of this lock. There, open, says me. That's the wrong there captions. Okay, whatever. So he picked the cylinder lock open.
Hey,
Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible. From the outside, the Monocubs took the key. Yeah, Monodam ate the key. I remember that. Okay, here it is, but there's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Monofanny and lifted it to his mouth. Nom. Ah, he ate it.
then
So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from the outside, but someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased.
Huh?
So the front door was locked from the inside of the room?
No.
Not necessarily, I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. The back door? Oh, the back door? Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came from has a cylinder locks. And the rear door over there has a sliding lock, which is much easier to open and close. By the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
Is this?
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right?
You're right.
Yeah, I would say that, seeing as both doors were locked and it is in fact a room. Yes, the cylinder lock's key was taken by the Monocubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside, but only if you rule out Kokichi's lock picking. He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and stay out of the lab. So he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
If I remember correctly.
That's not exactly how lockpicking works, but okay.
That's right.
I mean, it could, but why? Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves. That's just how Kokichi is. Kokichi revolves around showing up at conveniently, like, oddly suspicious times. You know?
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. Yeah. I forgot what the word suspicious was there for a minute. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Kokichi's lockpicking has been added to the truth bullet section. I think we've finished investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up.
You're right.
First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong? Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way,
It just occurred to me, why am I acting like your partner?
sure, whatever.
Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine for me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. Much more than Kaito was. Let's go to the other lab. Make sure nothing's down here first. Okay. There's nothing with these statues. I don't see nothing. Let's look over here. Still nothing written on that wall. Okay. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from that exhibit case. It's just the sheath. Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of it.
That's true.
Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab after all. Yeah, and Kokichi already got his filthy mitts all over that sword.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken
That's
it.
true.
Anyone could have done the same with my lab too. Hi, Kokichi.
Oh?
What are you guys doing here?
You.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess it's your signature look.
Anyway,
I forgot to bring something we needed for the seance, so I came back to get it. Something for the seance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that white sheet over there. Huh. We brought the wooden dog statue in the cage already, but I guess we need that sheet too. I want to
What is
observe
it?
the seance. I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need that stuff either.
so that means,
That's why I figured I'd do a little research on the seance before I got the sheet.
Huh?
Study? So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around and... I heard it was like some old handmade book. Oh, is this it?
yeah.
Yep, it says Caged Dog Village right there on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see. What does it say about the caged child seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is it this page? It's hard to read, but I can see the caged child is mentioned here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kyo's drawing the same magic circle as the one in this picture. Interesting. That's not a traditional magic circle. Interesting. So like, seances are real cool and everything, and every religion has its own version of a seance. And like, this game is originally Japanese. Spike Chunsoft and actually I don't know if Spike Chunsoft itself is Spectrum Soft is Japanese, but I know the creator of the game is Japanese and Spike Chunsoft is just the producer. But like, clearly they take a lot of influence from Japanese culture. In the last game there was the ultimate dancer, but she wasn't just the ultimate dancer, she was the ultimate traditional Japanese dancer. And like, we had the ultimate yakuza, the ultimate anthropologist who focuses a lot on Japanese mythology, the ultimate cosplayer who that is very much based on like traditional Japanese cosplay, not just like popular cosplay now. That's where the whole like cospox comes from in this game, is that like in traditional Japanese cosplay, like they won't even touch real human beings. And like, we had the ultimate martial artist and the ultimate like Aikido master and stuff like that, and they were all based off of Japanese martial arts. So it doesn't surprise me that they went with the Japanese route with this. You can kind of tell by the way that the writing is in this book, because it is written vertically, not left to right or even right to left. It is written vertically, and the only two languages that are written vertically that I know of, I don't know a lot about Eastern languages. So if I'm wrong about this, absolutely correct me, because I'd love to learn. But the only two languages I can think of that are written vertically when written is Japanese and Chinese. So this could also be based on Chinese. However, with Chinese influences, this just doesn't look like it's Chinese influenced. I can't really explain much other than that. I don't know how to explain it. The characters that you can make out in the circle itself definitely look like they have more of a Japanese influence to me than they do a Chinese influence. And it's just a subtle difference. It's not a huge difference, because the Chinese kanji comes from Chinese character, or Japanese kanji comes from Chinese characters. which is all fun and everything. It's a pretty cool language. But like seances, when you have a seance circle, I've never seen a seance circle that has a clear opening at the top, and that is bound to be bad juju, in my personal opinion. When you draw a seance circle, this is most prominent in like pentacles and shit. But a circle in general, when you draw a circle, you need to make sure it's connected. There is no gap in the circle, because whatever entity you are trying to summon, you need to keep it contained, and it is contained within that circle. So the fact that they have a seance circle here, it's very clear where the entity is supposed to appear in the center, but there is a very definite like entrance and exit to this circle. Like, that entity will not stay contained in that circle, and that is bad juju. But it's also kind of cool because this circle is very much square based, whereas like other circles you see in any kind of ritual thing is pentagram based. So this has 4 corners. Normal circles have 5, sometimes even 6 corners, because that's the elements. You have 5 elements. You have earth, air, fire, water, and ether. But yeah, anyways, Kiyo's drawing the same magic circle as the one in this picture. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium, which would probably be Kiyo in this instant, and a dark place with no light. So even with a square-based circle, they still need 5 people, which is significant of like a pentagram. Even though there's no pentagram drawn here.
If I remember correctly.
Just like Kiyo said. Oh shit, I know how this works. Never mind, let me describe it to you. You're gonna have, so you have the medium, and then you have the 4 other people, right? So you have the medium, and he is the one who's gonna sit in the circle in the center, and that little thermometer shaped thing, he's gonna be there. And then you have the other 4 at the corners of the square that you can see the tick marks around the outside of the circle. That's why there's a clear path. They're not trying to hold the entity. They're trying to summon the entity into the medium. So they're trying to talk to the dead, have them be channeled through the medium. And the medium needs to be in the center of the circle, but you still need to have like the circle be sacred and not interrupted. So you had to therefore include a path to get to the center. Okay, that makes sense. I got this. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the other 4 participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage.
I see.
Also, it says we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations. Yes, because that would break the circle. The dog god, do you mean the wooden dog statue?
Yeah.
When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights to create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at a corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Caged Child song. After the song, ask, "Is the caged child?" and then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. Okay, that's pretty interesting. That sounds complicated.
But
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? Whether it works or not, Kiyo has been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of those copies, I have already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate.
right?
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. That's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct the seance without it.
But
But is it even possible, contacting Angie's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? I am curious. I want to see this. You know how it plays out with your own eyes. Or you should see how it plays out with your own eyes.
See?
There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet.
That's true.
Maybe it's better if you join them.
Huh?
You think so?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective,
Okay.
huh? Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're talking.
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. One of the three empty rooms were in the middle one. Okay. Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, and then left the room. Then added to the truth bullets. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go witness a seance. Hell yeah. That doesn't sound too difficult. If I can do some research and figure out what the song is, and figure out what I can use as a substitute for the dog god statue, I can absolutely do the seance for y'all. That'd be fucking dope.
Hello.
So Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well, Shuichi. You are most welcome to join us,
Oh.
is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spiritual medium, may join.
Oh, man.
What a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out.
Me?
I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while.
Listen up!
Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange juice.
You see.
To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Kibo.
Why you?
Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come? That's why we're apologizing.
Do not mock me!
Get on the same page, Kibo. No one's apologized yet.
Oh, man.
Fine, our bad. Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic waves at us.
How rude!
Why would I do that?
Stop it.
Stop whining, Kibo. I want to start the seance as soon as possible. Fine, but I won't forget this betrayal, Shuichi. Why am I the one that's getting, like, the brunt of this shit? I'm not the one who kicked you out, Kibo. I just said I wanted to join. What did I do? Exactly what I was thinking,
So then-
Shuichi. So now Shuichi has joined us. First, some warnings.
Do you understand?
Do not enter the magic circle that I've drawn on the floor. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magic circle with salt? Yes,
That's
clearly,
correct.
you can see that. I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed. Finally, somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Well then.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail,
How terrifying.
but it may also unleash a curse.
Okay.
Got it, I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture.
Do not worry.
I have this entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I also have the Caged Child's song memorized. You must do the same.
Do you understand?
I have copied the words to the song down here. Please commit it to memory. So, at last, at long last. Hold on, easiest way to do this. Because I have a feeling that they're gonna ask me to make sure that I say the right words at the right time. So I'ma just, yeah. I just took a screenshot of it. At last, at long last, your guard dog and little lost girl sealed within an iron cage of at mountain's bottom within the darkness. At last, at long last, how many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away? Or did it eat the little girl? At last, at long last. Okay. Everyone else has already memorized it. After all, you'll be unable to read it in the dark.
Huh?
You have to memorize the lyrics now?
Oh.
You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to task. Here is the melody. I listened to Kyo sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody and lyrics.
Okay.
Alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are indeed the ultimate detective.
Well then.
Let us begin the ritual right away.
How exciting!
We finally get to see
So
Angie.
then.
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in.
No.
I'll do it. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie.
That's right.
You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way you can say goodbye to her. And after you finish saying your goodbyes, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
Please.
Tenko.
By the way.
Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do.
Ha!
I mean, laughing makes you feel better too.
Damn it!
And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up.
Yes.
Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. It seems like the two of them made up. That's good.
So then.
So now that we've decided on a spiritual medium, let us begin.
Yes.
Alright, Himiko, I'll see you later.
Now, I would like the spirit medium Tenko to sit within the center circle. Please be sure to walk on the path so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you watch your steps since it's so dark in here.
Next, you must be as a turtle within that circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Yee.
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
Uh-huh.
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure it until the seance is complete. Whatever you do, you mustn't raise your head or change positions.
Piece of cake. I have 5-star flexibility.
So then,
Starting now, the rest of us must get to work. There are many things left to be done.
let's see.
First, we must place this iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Shuichi and Kokichi. And please keep in mind, walk carefully so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong. I don't trust you one fucking bit, Kokichi. I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
Mood?
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on! Don't just drop it on top of me!
I know. It wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
It would be hilarious,
Please don't
and you
jinx
know
us!
it.
I'm tired. So, next, we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that role. All right, everything is prepared. Tenko, how are you doing?
Well, I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. The four of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
Even with 4 people, it's still really heavy.
It's a big-ass statue.
Oh, holy crap, this weighs a ton!
Of course it does.
No, it is not much more than 175 pounds.
Oh, okay, Mr. Technicality.
Well, I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances and magic don't mix.
Hold the fuck up. Seances of magic don't mix? What do you mean? What do you mean? Seances of magic mix perfectly. That's like the whole point. Anyways.
Are you sure it's okay to put something so heavy on top of the cage?
The iron cage was made specifically for seances, so it can hold this weight.
Okay. I guess that's fine then.
Now, let us exit the magic circle. Take care to avoid disturbing it.
Kokichi's gonna fuck this up.
So then...
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Got it!
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance.
Well then...
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing. Okay. I was gonna say, are they not gonna move me to a corner? We each stood in a different corner.
Now we darken the room. Kokichi and Shuichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you.
Yeah, got it.
Once the room is dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then, I will call out to Angie. Until she replies, there must be silence.
After the seance is done, Shuichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct. I brought matches from the warehouse, so please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. The room instantly fell into complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner. Then began the singing.
At last, at long last.
Kyo led us all in the Caged Child song.
Young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage.
I do rather hate this.
At mountain's bottom, within the darkness, at last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be two or just one?
Thunk.
Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl? At last, at long last.
What was that thunk? What was the thunk? Something happened. We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of that. What was that?
Say.
Is the caged child Angie Yunaga? He began calling. Now if the medium answers...
Say.
Is the caged child Angie Yunaga? What's going on?
Say.
Is the caged child Angie Yonaga?
What's the matter?
What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer?
Hold on.
Himiko, I was very clear that you were not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer? Maybe it failed?
Let's see.
Let's light the candles briefly.
Huh?
Is that okay?
Well.
Just for now. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and lit the candle once again. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, I tell ya. That thunk. No! I saw blood. I saw blood. Did you guys see that? I saw blood. Hey guys, what's going on? Did it really fail?
That cannot be.
That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect. You motherfucker. You're the one I suspect now. You're the killer. That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect.
What?
Is Angie not coming? Is that still Tenko in there? It's Tenko's dead body is what it is.
I see, yes.
I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her. She follows orders well. But how about we let her out for now?
Hold on.
Wait, dark arts such as this need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body.
Man.
Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around, but whatever. There was blood. There was blood! Just like setting up, Kyo instructed us how to clean everything up. We were careful. There's a board missing. There's a board moved up. Seance. Tenko equals medium. After dog statue moved, before sheet was moved, there is a floorboard misplaced. That wasn't misplaced before. That disrupted the circle. The circle's fucked up.
Now, I will remove the sheet.
Kyo pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside.
Oh?
There's blood. There's blood. She dead.
Perhaps.
Something is amiss. Ooh, she was crushed. Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to step on the... But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up, and... Ding dong bing bong! Another body's been discovered! Holy shit.
Really?
Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monofanny's green puke was predicting this tragedy. Oh, now it's orange.
Ah!
Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this.
For now.
Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. Tired, so I shall roll over to your side of love. Well, welcome, Lucifer. We are going through an investigation right now. So originally, we had one character die. Her name was Angie. We were investigating her death. And in the middle of an investigation on her death, we conducted a seance. And in that seance, we have just discovered a second body. So it didn't take long for everyone to come running. Oh, now everyone's here.
What?
Yes, seriously, Kaito. What is this? How did this happen?
How'd this happen?
Gonta, so sorry. Gonta, no could protect you. Gonta, stop accusing yourself. You're fine. Ooh, you worked out the CC. Must have been here. I will. I'll tell you exactly how I got the CC on here. Because I am, like, pumped about it. It doesn't pick up names properly, but that's fine. I'm still figuring that out. Like Gonta, it doesn't pick up properly. But that's fine.
Got a minute?
Shuichi, explain the situation. Okay, Maki. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know what's happening.
Rise and shine, Ursine!
Oh, another
What
thing.
on earth?
Since last time you were here, we have lost another of the mono cubs. We are down to 3 instead of 5. I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, you should maybe start the investigation right away.
Say,
Before that, I would like to confirm something. And trying to get closed captions to work is interesting. This is my like 3rd type of closed caption that I'm trying on my stream. But I really like this one. I think this one works really well, so I think I'm gonna keep it. So I'll have to tell you how it works, because it's pretty cool. Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko, yes?
huh?
No.
If so...
What happens in the event that there are 2 murders by 2 people? What if there are 2 blackened? Will we need to find them both at the class trial? That's... no. It's gotta be the same murderer. There can't be 2 murderers working together. In the first game, we learned that because there was one lady who manipulated another character into murdering for her, and then she had to murder him. That way there wasn't 2 blackened. So it's the same murderer. You will not have to sniff out 2 different blackened at the trials.
That's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario?
Yeah?
What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen?
Not that!
Why do you look lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy. I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know.
Oh!
Oh man, they're all disorganized. All discombobulated. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we won't know what to investigate.
Father!
Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help.
No way!
Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us. Yeah, he's mute right now. He can't talk. Yeah, he's losing fur and he's mute. It's all our fault that Daddy ended up like this.
Yeah?
It's all your fault, Monofanny?
Daddy!
Help, we don't know what to do on our own.
Ah!
We gotta use the power of love. That ought to snap him back to normal.
Hey.
That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now. Just get a new Monokuma. What's your question? Just, like, he has 1.5 million bodies. Just get a new Monokuma body.
That's right!
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love. I don't understand that. You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam.
Daddy!
That's rude. I love you, so please go back to normal.
Father!
I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Oh, you're making me blush. See, there's another Monokuma. Just get a new one.
Here I am!
Just a whole new body. I'm back. Were you good while I was away? Oh god, he's doing the licking thing again.
My adorable darling cubs! With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing vacation!
Do you want to jump into a Discord community that can help you get affiliate? Just helping out. Maybe. Yeah, it is creepy, isn't it? It's really creepy to see him licking his children. Anyways, yeah. If you like message me on Discord, I might. I'm still trying to get like back into the rhythm of everything after having such a long period of time where I wasn't streaming or anything. So I'll check it out.
Oh, that tickles! Father's intense love is getting me all soaked!
I absolutely despise this scene.
Daddy, your tongue feels amazing! This better.
No, we are not finishing that sentence. I'm okay with that sentence. We are not finishing the one before it.
No.
Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take off time to relax.
To tell you the truth,
Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it. The secret is to just not leave. Oh, the secret is to just leave whether you get permission or not. I did see you got affiliate. I didn't get to congratulate you on that yet. That's awesome. But yeah, if you message me, I'll check it out. Oh wait, so then who's this Baldy then? He's literally just a husk. A husk of what he used to be. He's an empty. Oh, just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone.
hey!
Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here.
Why?
I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. He is relaxed. That's as relaxed as you're gonna get.
Huh?
Monokuma. Thank you, I shall bring you into the family. Sweet, thank you. Now that that nuisance is out of the way, what were you guys talking about again? This is like the most relaxed we'll ever see Monokuma, sir. Like, I thought you were supposed to be relaxed after vacation, and it's just like, he is. As long as he's not actively clawing your face off, he is relaxed.
Yeah?
That's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened?
I'll answer that.
Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
Huh?
Hey,
The blackened who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target.
in other words,
If the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, which it is, that's just how this game works, then only Angie's killer will be considered the blackened. Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill, and Tenko herself is a waste of a victim.
now then,
Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations so you can review it later.
go ahead.
I also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too. Monokuma file 3 has been updated.
Father!
Boy, everything is going so smoothly now that Father's running things again. Leaders gotta be able to just take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst.
Daddy!
You're glowing. You're glowing like a lamp. There's nothing better than being
satisfied with
praised by my cute cubs. I'll make sure to check it out when I get off stream then. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I will never let any of you go. 2 of your cute cubs already died, so you already let 2 of them go. What do you got to say about that, Monokuma? I feel that. Brains are weird. And Greg is playing The Binding of Isaac. That's nice. I keep getting Steam notifications from people who I forget who their nicknames are on Steam. He just left us behind while he was saying he'd never let us go.
How nice!
That's why he's so amazing. No. No, Monofanny. We are not going there.
So long. Farewell.
Monodam's just chilling. He's going back to not talking again. So to make sense of all of that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have a different culprit, then our vote will determine Angie's killer.
Nope.
But we don't even know if there's a different culprit, do we? Most likely it's the same person. And my biggest suspicion right now is Kyo.
Let's see.
Yeah, this motherfucker. True, we should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case. So you came in after we looked at the last body, Angie's murder. The weapon that she was killed with was an antique gold-plated katana. Korikyo right here. Unfortunately, the character that I relate to the most, unfortunately because he's really creepy. But he's an anthropologist and I'm an anthropologist, so I like that. His lab where all of his research stuff is on the 4th floor, which is the same floor that Angie's body was found. The sword, the gold leaf plated sword that killed Angie, stabbed her in the neck and killed her, was from his lab. As the anthropologist, he has all kinds of like old shit in his lab. We made a point of it the night before the murder that sword looked really fucking cool. I at first thought Kokichi could have been a culprit because Kokichi like saw the sword, went, ooh, I want to touch it, touched it, and then realized that the gold flake comes off very easily. So he already like had gold flake on his hands, and whoever killed Angie would have gold flake on their hands. So that'd be very easy to be like, oh, I touched the sword yesterday, that couldn't have been me. But also Kyo touched the sword to put it back where it belongs yesterday, and now this whole thing happened with the seance. I think it's Kyo, but we'll see if there's any more evidence to think it's him. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
Finally, things are heating up. I'm getting so excited.
Piece of shit!
Okay. Thanks, Mew.
Shuichi!
This is bad.
Huh?
It sure is, Kaito. This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now, just because you're a scaredy cat that doesn't like occult stuff.
But you know...
So this is where you need to step up.
Listen up.
As if I haven't done all the investigating already. Okay, Kaito. Listen, Shuichi. Listen to Avicii. That's not what I said, although Avicii is a really good artist. Anyways, the impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Okay.
All right.
Then let's check the Monokuma file. Okay. The victim is Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. So all of this has happened on the 4th floor so far. We have not gone off the 4th floor. The approximate time of death is 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. Hold the fuck up. How did she get stabbed? The floorboard is misplaced, so clearly something... It's not Kyo, is it? It might be Kyo still, because there is a gap in the floor where he could have gotten down while it was dark, but, you know. Ah, you're good. That happens. No, so it could still be... So she died due to a stab in the back of the neck, just like Angie died. Same MO. But the way that everything was set up in this room with the seance, that wouldn't have been possible. There's no way for her to have been stabbed in the back of the neck. And we were all in the room when she was killed. Like, we were all actively standing right there. There was no light in the room, so we couldn't see. But we were there. This is confusing. Angie's death made more sense than this. A stab wound on her neck, the same as Angie's cause of death. It doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse.
Huh?
Curse?
Jeez.
God, not again. I find myself relating more and more to Maki, in the fact that, like, everybody's having these outrageous reactions and Maki's just standing there like, chill, be quiet, calm down. But that might just be because I'm, like, used to these games by now. It's not really surprising to me. Shouldn't be surprising to them.
Hey!
Why are you hugging Maki?
What? Curse?
Okay.
Kaito, calm down. No way there's a curse! Don't screw around!
He's not, though.
You're the one who's screwing around.
You sure are, Kaito.
Do you want to die?
No, I don't think he does. I think that's the reason why he's so scared. Slam? A dull sound reverberated through the room. Just knock him out. Yeah, just knock him out cold. Nope, not knock out cold, just punched. That's fine.
Are you okay? My bad.
Shuichi, I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. Is it because you just got sucker punched for hugging Maki? I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Where's Maki saying she doesn't like being called that? Kaido left the room, still a bit wobbly. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True, we haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our own lives are at risk.
This is...
That's true, but Angie and then Tenko? And to think earlier, I was suspicious of Tenko. Yeah, Samugi. You dick. You thought she was the one who did it. I'm sorry, Tenko. There's no use apologizing now. She's dead. She can't hear you.
How can this be?
It's all Gonta's fault. Gonta failed to protect friends again. No, it's not Gonta. Sweetie, it's not your fault. You're doing the best you can, Gonta. It's not his fault that he was actually following the rules. Tenko's death caught all of us off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective. Investigation resume.
Well...
It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to. It's not that dark. Light another candle. Use a phone as a flashlight. It's not that dark.
Got it.
Gonta, bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
No, that won't be necessary. Mr. Walking Flashlight, okay. Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
Huh?
Why?
Listen up!
Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power. New power?
His eyes lit up!
Mr. Walking Flashlight.
I, Iruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Okay.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Oh, man.
That's another thing that has happened and been kind of a revelation over this past week of working through chapter 3. These games are certainly not meant for kids. I never thought they were. It's about murder, for God's sake. Like, these games are not meant for kids. But the amount of sexually suggestive content in Danganronpa has never been higher. Oh, like, there was full on a scene where Shuichi's like, I wonder where Kibo and Mew are going. Followed them to Kibo, or to Mew's lab. And it was like a whole, like, scene. And it was so awkward to try and get through. It was very much like, I shouldn't be watching this. This is clearly an intimate moment between you guys. And clearly the whole thing that was happening there was Mew was installing flashlights into his eyeballs. But it's like, every so often, an innuendo is fine. Like, that's great. It comes with the fact that these are all hormonal teenagers. But the amount of sexually suggestive content that I have had to go through in this game so far. Like, hormonal teenagers are one thing, this is way above that. Especially Mew. I think Mew's character in general is just like that, though. But Kokichi's just thinks it's a lame function. Of course he does. Kokichi doesn't like anything. You should have made him, like, a transformer or something.
It's okay.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
You right. Kiba's flashlight function. He also has a voice recording function, which is pretty cool. Ah, man, the body. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to the back of her neck. The wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Ah, wait. Understood, I will not say a word till the seance is over. You wouldn't have heard her scream because she wouldn't have screamed. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain? Yes, she would.
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well, that makes sense.
By the way,
Miss Ultimate Assassin. The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon. We need to go back to Angie's lab, see if the katana's still there. You're right, I don't see any obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. We need to see if the katana's still in the artist's lab. Because that was the murder weapon for Angie. Okay. Well, the floorboard. So when we were doing the seance, we were singing a song, and in the middle of the song, we heard a thunk. At first, it was a little confusing as to what that thunk would be. I thought maybe, like, the cage didn't hold up the really heavy dog statue or something. But it did. It stayed intact. So what I think happened is with this floorboard moving, because there was so much weight put on it from the cage and the dog statue, that they lifted it up and then thunked it down, and that's what we heard in the middle of the seance. Anyways, the floorboard is loose, and it's the one right under Tenko.
why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It's almost like that's the way that she was killed. It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
but
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. You want to know who could have loosened it on purpose? Kyo, because he knows exactly what the magic circle would look like, so he would know where he could and couldn't, like, move a floorboard. Oh, and there's a stone. One stone, right next to Tenko's body. It must be the stone that she rested her forehead on. Please rest your forehead on the stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly, it's merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Yes, just like that, Tenko. Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone's been added. Okay, and let's look at the iron cage next. This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this...
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. That's pretty roomy for a cage. There is blood on the roof of the cage, which again would signify that the katana was used, because if you stab her in the back of the neck, the back of her neck would be facing the top of that cage, and a blade, like a katana, especially a dull katana, like what we found, would cause blood spray. It's a pretty large iron cage.
Okay.
Sure is. Big enough for a person to fit inside. It's almost like that's the whole purpose of it. It's almost like it was used specifically to fit a person inside for a seance. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first. Oh yeah, bad juju.
Hey.
Hey, look at this. Kyo was very much like, now that a dead body's been discovered, we still have to make sure that everything is taken off in the order that it was put on, or else bad juju will happen and a curse will be put upon us. But they didn't follow that because Shuichi and Kokichi did not take the cage off of Tenko's body. Himiko did. So there's bad juju floating around.
Is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage, probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
I don't think it'd be anybody else's blood. Yeah, I imagine so. This spatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. She was very much alive when we put her in that cage. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this bloodstain, right? She wasn't stabbed right when the cage was lifted, though.
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. But Himiko lifted the cage. Himiko wouldn't have stabbed her. Himiko was like super attached to Tenko and Angie. She wouldn't kill them. This is a possibility. Plus, like, we would have all seen that. Iron cage has been added. Okay, so the white cloth was covering the cage. Oh shit, if there's no blood stain on the white cloth, that means the white cloth was removed before she was stabbed. This was placed on top of the cage. Kia was the one who removed it.
Is this...
The cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, look, there's a blood stain on it right around the middle of the sheet. Okay, so since there is a blood stain on the cloth, that means that she was stabbed before Kyo took the cloth off. Okay.
But...
No hole in the fabric. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen somebody walk up to the cage and just stab through it. And seeing as we didn't see that, I don't think that's what happened. Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Yes. Weight sheet's been added. Oh, I didn't want to click on the weight cloth again. My bad. I wanted the dog statue. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly,
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? Ruthless. What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway.
Is this...
If this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Ooh, that's another thing, is that's really, really heavy. We don't know how strong Kyo is. It has not been made canon yet, I guess. We know that Gonta is really strong, and he could have lifted that floorboard with the cage on it. We know that Kibo is nowhere near strong enough for that. Kibo is super weak. He wouldn't have been able to do it. Same with Himiko, so she couldn't have done it. So,
Okay.
I wonder who lifted up the cage then. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Dog statue's been added. Okay. The ruined magic circle. The magic circle Kyo drew on the floor, well, at least it was.
Oh dear.
It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well,
Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt.
what?
Are you feeling all right? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my...
All right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. A whole mood though, Maki. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Caged Dog Village document. I will say, you can kind of see it in this picture here. The main circle is around Tenko's body, and where the floorboard is lifted up, broke the circle. It broke the salt circle that was there. I also saw the drawing. But isn't that right, Kyo? Sure was. He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, his magic circle was ruined. Of course he's depressed. That's all he cares about right now. Okay. There's a hole in the corner. Doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still,
Is this...
it's there. A hole? Looks like there's space under here too, and... oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Okay. Hole in the corner. I suppose I have to talk to people now. There's so many people in this room, though.
Oh, man.
What a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something. You already said that. Thank God I don't have to... I don't want to talk to you, Mew. I really don't. This investigation is over and shut. It's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Kung Fu's killer is obviously, because she's the Neo Aikido master. I'm not saying what Mew said. So the Kung Fu killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
No.
Yeah, no, not necessarily.
Huh?
Seriously, the seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. No, because, when this was all set up, Kyo actually suggested Himiko be the one in the center of the seance as the medium. It was Tenko's choice to be there, because originally Himiko would be there, and Himiko would be the one that's dead right now. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be...
Underneath the floorboards? So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? Shut up, Mew. It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. Yeah. Which means she died during the seance. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word till the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she was dead. She had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? The time of death said sometime around 11 a.m. That may be an important point of this case. I have no idea what time it is currently, seeing as I don't have a clock on my screen, and it is not 9:08 p.m. if anything to go by in this game is correct. That's a pretty big hole up there. Right near where Kyo was. He could have fit. Suppose we talk to Kyo.
That cannot be.
Why did this...
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
Of course.
Of course, I am shocked about that as well, but why did the seance fail? Obviously, he has his priorities straight. We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh, if we performed the caged child again and summoned Tenko's spirit this time. No. You've had your fun. We tried your seance. Now you get to sit the fuck down and do it the normal way.
This is stupid.
Cut the crap, just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True, it may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden cage, or the wooden statue of the dog god upon the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the Caged Child song. The seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. That's why it failed, because the salt circle was broke. Oh, this is just like the song that we were singing, and there was a thunk in the middle of it. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, Tenko was dead. Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But it would not be difficult in such darkness. But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well,
that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There's another problem.
How?
And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner? Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham, Maki never was one to pull her punches. Like, okay, I get it. Maki doesn't believe. That's fine. I don't believe the seance would have worked because Tenko was not a spiritual medium. They just kind of forced her to be one. She doesn't have experience with this. But then also, when the floorboard was moved in order to kill Tenko, it broke the salt circle. Which means that immediately everything was ixnayed. Everything was done. Okay.
Hey!
Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
By the way,
I didn't talk to everybody. It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle with Kivo's light from up here. That should be fine.
Okay.
Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Got it. Into the floors we go. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's blood. Oh! I found the weapon. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Hello? The bloody sickle in the corner? There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood in this sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
is this?
This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
Well,
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. So you botched an assassination with a katana to the point where you no longer use swords in your profession, but you use sickles? That doesn't make sense to me. It can be thrown without losing any lethality. And you can hide it under your clothes, too.
Well,
I guess that's fair. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
that's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? Yes. Yes, it could. Once again, it's only 5 feet wide, and a body, she's what, 5'5"? Hold on, we can actually look exactly. Monokuma file number 3. Oh, it's not going to show us the full information on there. Ooh, but I can look at this. Yeah, she's 5'5". So when she's in a full fetal position, she wouldn't have been more, like, it wouldn't have been more than 3 feet that had to span. Her torso couldn't be taller than 3 feet. And that sickle looks like it should be long enough.
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question.
Hey.
Not really. If the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
That's true.
Oh, and it's in the corner that Kia was standing in. Because Kia was in that corner, and there's probably a gap in the floorboard back there, so he probably just chucked it down there. Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Okay. What? A cut crosspiece? Oh, shit. A part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
Ooh. Oh, with that, okay, so that would have been fully like where her head was underneath the cage. And with that crossboard being cut, it made essentially a teeter-totter. A lever. It made a lever, which would made lifting the cage much, much easier for somebody who was weaker. It's near the loose floorboard and the portion missing out of the same width, too. And the portion missing is about the same width, too. And from what I can see of it...
That's true.
It wasn't broken off naturally. It was cut by somebody. Holy shit. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is why. Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then...
So what purpose did this serve? As a lever. This is all just adding up to Kyo did this, because who would have planned this out to this extent without knowing about this seance? Kyo is the only one who knew the details of this seance prior to it. He even told us that he like had this thing memorized like before this whole killing game even started. And everything is so perfectly positioned so that like when the seance was set up, like everything's in its place. Everything is set up for the murder. And the only one who would have known those details about like where the magic circle was and everything would have been Kyo, the one who drew the magic circle. So, I don't know. I think it's him. If the culprit did all of this, then why? To murder somebody, clearly. Crosspiece under the floor has been added. There's some dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. That's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
Hey.
The back of this floorboard has blood on it too.
Ah!
Oh shit. Angie had a wound on her forehead that we couldn't explain. That could be from the wound on her forehead. You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard,
What do you mean?
why would it be there? Did Tenko's blood spatter here when she got killed?
That's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Okay. Loose floorboard. Ooh. That connects to other rooms, probably. Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off so you can see into the next room.
Hey.
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
That's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did it alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. Unless there's night vision goggles. The second game had night vision goggles. That might make it impossible to move around in there. Then they could have used a light like we're doing right now.
Well.
True. They used a light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? No, you can probably see that light from above. I think we finished investigating here.
Is that all right?
Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. Go one at a time so you can see if you can see the light through the floor. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
No, but we had to start somewhere. What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko had different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for
You're
is
right.
the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma
Then-
said. So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's? We were. And then we did the seance. And now somebody else is dead.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
But
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Yeah. Okay. I want to look at the rooms next door. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. What? Kokichi! Oh, get off. You motherfucker. I hate him. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror? Not in terror. There just can't be 3 dead bodies. Don't do that to me.
huh?
What are you doing?
Oh?
I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
So what were you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door, and then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through a floorboard?
That's so mean.
Geez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard. Yeah, my suspicions that it was Kokichi is absolutely coming back. Like, I thought it was Kia. I was suspicious there for a moment, but that dried blood there, he could have knocked himself in the head doing that. That's where the blood came from. I just in general don't like Kokichi, so if I can blame him, I will.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. What bad luck. The crosspiece was gone? Does that mean...
Huh?
Ding dong bing bong, it's time for a trial.
Confidence! Dreams! That's what the killing game is all about! Killing game fans! Hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes! Baseball, soccer, mobile games! They're all nothing compared to the killing game! The killing game just can't be beat! Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds!
I guess time's up.
Oh.
Oh man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you gonna check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately,
Man.
I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the book. He drew his magic circle the exact same way as this picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. I don't trust that. At the class trial, so see you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. Let's go too.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous
You
sometimes.
wanna die?
What are you staring at? You wanna die? Okay. To the trial grounds we go. Oh, I hate the stairwell. It's so dark. Okay. And then we gotta go all the way back around here. And down another set of stairs. At this point, they should just introduce an elevator. Somebody could use an elevator. I don't know who, but somebody could. Everybody could use an elevator, honestly. And we're going down to the first floor. And then outside. I did some research into where the hidden Monokumas are. So I think there is a hidden Monokuma on the staircase of the Shrine of Judgment that I can get this time. It might be for the next trial. I don't know. I have them all written down. I didn't actually bring it with me though because I'm really bad at all this. Nope. No hidden Monokuma here. Oh well, that just means I didn't get any hidden Monokumas this chapter, but that's fine. Maybe it's in here? No.
Oh dear.
It would appear we have all gathered, but it seems that there are less and less of us. Gee, I wonder why. It's almost like 2 more people died.
Oh.
Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you're You've gotten a little smarter by now, Gunta. Yeah, Gunta do his best to help. I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
What?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito?
Ah.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far. That's rude. Don't speak down on Rantaro. He was my favorite character. Don't speak down on him.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order to try and use your brains this time, so I don't have to use mine, but try to use your brains this time.
Hoo-yah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. Yes, Kyo. You're absolutely right. She does. I liked her at first, and the more she talks, the less I like her.
rest in peace.
Atua, please. Please lend us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also...
So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you gonna say that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, the trial this time is gonna be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
All right already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so
Shuichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? Well, I suppose I can look one last time to see if there's a hidden Monokuma somewhere. There in fact is not, so therefore, into the trial we go. Yes, the creepy buff Monokuma, absolutely destroying its own statue every single time we go to trial. That's probably expensive to fix. And it's done that 3 times now. As usual, we walked towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped on board, it started to descend. We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, this elevator seemed to move faster. That's not how elevators work. That is entirely a psycho thing. Like, your brain is making that up. Also, if that were the case, it would have moved faster with more of you on there. Because gravity. And so we fell faster and faster downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed, it'll make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth,
Now then,
let's hurry up and get this started.
extreme!
At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The 3rd class trial was about to begin. Angie Yunaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try and prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. The 2 who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? 2 different people? we need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Hell ye. Okay. In any case, just to sum up, like, what's going on, we have finished the investigation for the 3rd chapter. A little bit of a surprise. Not that loud. There we go. That should be good. Little bit of a surprise is that there's 2 deaths. This isn't the first time that 2 people were killed in 1 chapter. In the first game, that happened as well. I believe it happened in the 2nd game, but I'm not 100% sure. But we started with Angie's death, which happened at 2 a.m. last night. Angie only opens the door for the student council, and only the student council is allowed to walk out at night. However, Maki and I broke that rule. So did Kokichi. We saw him out. So there's a lot of people who were outside at night. So we can't say that it wasn't somebody on the student council. But the only people who would have been let into her room by Angie was the student council. She was stabbed in the back of the neck. She did have a laceration on her forehead, but there was no blood coming out of the forehead laceration. So what killed her was the wound to the back of the neck, which was made by the katana with gold leaf plating. And that katana with gold leaf plating, the gold leaf falls off very, very easily. We saw that in evidence on Kokichi's hands when he touched it the day before. We also saw it with the gold leaf on the sliding lock in the back of the room. Both doors were locked, but the back door sliding lock was easy to open and close. What could easily happen is somebody used like a card or like the katana or something to slide that lock open to get in there. The wax figures, the wax effigies were hung from the ceiling, which was odd. There was literally no reason for that. So it's kind of weird that that was a thing. And it took a lot of effort to do that for absolutely no reason. Then we did the seance trying to talk to Angie's spirit. During the seance, Tenko was the medium. Everything was so suspiciously set up that I feel like you'd have to be familiar with the seance and the practice of the seance in order to make sure everything was set up, because there was like cross beams that were cut from the floor, and how would you know which cross beam to cut if you didn't know exactly where the magic circle was going to be? And there was like the sickle was down there. The sickle was the second murder weapon. The katana was not the second murder weapon. After like she was put underneath everything for the seance to start, she was killed. She was killed between the last time we saw her alive and the next time we saw her dead, which is inconvenient because there were 5 of us in the room. It was me, Kyo, Kokichi, Himiko, and Tenko in that room. And Tenko and Himiko are the only 2 who overlapped with the student council. I feel like this is gonna heavily put blame on Himiko. Like that, she's gonna be the one that we first try to accuse. I don't think it's her. I think I'm torn between Kokichi and Kyo. I think it's Kyo, particularly because of his knowledge of that that seance. And then he, like, it was also, the first weapon was from his ultimate lab. That katana was in his lab. It was his possession. Kokichi also knew that it was there and he touched it prior, but I think Kiyo will try to push that. Like, Kokichi already touched it. Kokichi already knows what that katana is. Kokichi did this. So I think it wasn't Kokichi. I also have a nagging suspicion that Kokichi is this game's Komeda. Komeda was a character from the second game who was basically in talks with Monokuma in the mastermind. Like, he was the one who was trying to fuck everything up for everybody else. So I think that Kokichi is this game's Komeda. Which is cool. I like Komeda as a character. Komeda was one of my favorite characters in the last game. I don't like Kokichi. But you know. So basically, everything, the way that everything is adding up, I think it was Kiyo. And I really can't wait to do this trial. The trial will be, oh god, what's today? Today's Monday, so the trial will be Wednesday. I have been averaging about 3.5 hours per trial, or else I would do it tonight. But I am not staying up that late for a trial. So Wednesday, I'm gonna have a bit of a longer stream to do that trial. But that'll bring us down to, once this whole thing's done, that'll bring us down to 9 students. Starting at 16. That means that we're getting pretty close to the end. The first game had, I don't know, 4 or 5 survivors. Technically, the second game had everybody survive. However, it was actually only like 3 people in the game itself. So I wonder how many survivors will have this game. But I think we're getting pretty close to the end. I'm starting to put together like what happened lore-wise outside of the killing game. And it's a pretty interesting story. I also found a really cool video that's like 3.5 hours long that I really, really want to watch. However, it's a full timeline of all of the games, and I don't want to spoil this game for me. So once I finish this game, before I start a new game, I'm gonna stream, or not, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do like a live stream of that video so that all of us can watch it together, get a good idea of what the timeline is. And then once that happens, I think the new Danganronpa game will be out, and that's coming out on Switch. It's not a traditional Danganronpa game, so it's not going to be really a murder mystery, but at least it's a Danganronpa game until I find something else to play that's murder mystery-esque, because I'm really liking this. But yeah, so Wednesday we will find out if it was Kiyo or not. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I'm gonna check your message, Lucifer. Good luck with the kids. And I hope you get some rest. Being tired's not fun. And I will see you guys Wednesday or before Wednesday if I come and hang out in your stream, Lucifer. Either way, I'll see y'all.